Be cool as a cucumber to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Our idiom for today is cool as a cucumber. Also happens to be a simile, right? We're comparing coolness and calmness in this situation to a cucumber. This expression's been around since the British poet John Gay used it in the New Song of New Similes. And he said something to the effect of being cool as a cucumber when the world around you is basically going crazy. And especially remaining calm and collected when it's surprising to do so. So we're doing paradoxes for the BU 365-day challenge for the next 20 days, primarily because I have some personal projects that are on tight deadlines that I've committed to getting done. And in order to do that, I needed to find a simple topic that we could use for the next 20 days or so I can knock out some projects. So cool as a cucumber sort of goes with today's paradox. Today's paradox was the more you hate a trait in someone else or the more you notice it, chances are the more likely you are to either have or exhibit or be denying that you have that particular trait. So if I hate something in other people, then chances are that I exhibit that trait or I'm denying that I have that trait. And I shared an example about judgment. And before my sudden cardiac arrest, I would consider myself a very judgmental person. And following my sudden cardiac arrest, it drove me bonkers, literally like nails on the chalkboard, whenever I would be thinking or overhearing people being judgmental and critical of other people. And so this paradox is definitely true in my life, and I suspect it's actually true in the vast majority of our lives. So I was looking for traits about people or idioms about people's characteristics and behaviors and traits, and so cool as a cucumber came up. Now, I think it's critical that we maintain and keep our head and behave in a cool, very calm manner, especially when it's surprising. So in different situations that are bound to come up in our business, in emergencies, in unexpected circumstances, those companies, those owners, those people that kept their head during the COVID pandemic and were cool and calm and rational and focused on what to do next and what the solutions were for all of the craziness that was happening during the COVID pandemic, are those that fared best during and after that pandemic. So in emergency situations, the people that are doing the best and faring the best in Florida with Hurricane Ian right now, and I know because my son-in-law is down there as one of the, 43,000 linemen that are down there restoring power for people. Those people that thought about it, planned out, took preparation, are in pretty good shape with respect to at least having their lives after and following Hurricane Ian. So in emergencies, I remember in corporate America, there were times when bad things happened, different safety things or accidents happened. We actually had a fatality in one of the companies that I was working with early on in my corporate career. I also had a young man who cut off his finger on the production line, and I had to remain calm as we found his finger and took him to the hospital and stuff. So we have to find ways to maintain our calm, keep our cool, keep our wits about us when things happen. And guess what? Things are always happening. It's how we respond to them that matters most. So how do you go about keeping your cool? When have you found it's most important to keep your cool? I find it's really important to keep our cool in negotiations, in discussing things with people that we're working with, in sharing expectations and coming up with agreements of how we're going to treat and talk and work with one another. There's a lot of those things. And for me personally, when I need to refocus, keep my cool, I tend to go for a walk. In corporate America, I worked in really big companies, so it was easy to just go out and walk around if a situation was something that I needed to separate myself from and think about for a little bit. Even in owning my own businesses, if something happened that it was just like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened, I would usually take a walk or take a minute outdoors to regroup, refocus, so I could respond in a way that was cool as a cucumber. Did I always? Heck no. Sometimes I blew a gasket because I'm human just like everyone else. But when I blew a gasket, the results were usually not as good in the short and long term as they were when I behaved in a way that was appropriate for the situation. And whenever it's emergency, it's solving the problem at hand, stop the bleeding or whatever, and then doing what's next. So I'd love to hear your stories about behaving cool as a cucumber. You can share your blowing gasket ones. That would probably make me feel better. But think about this idiom and this expression today and how it can apply to your business and as the business you're growing and creating. Have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.